Hello, Leo. How are you doing? Let me tell you, you guys really made me work for this video. You know, I have very little fire in my chart. I have no Leo, I have no Aries. So it's very interesting to me when I've done these videos, it seems to be the most dramatic. Last week, last month, last cycle was particularly dramatic, if you remember, not just for you, but for recording these videos. This month, I had to take the longest bath I took in months. I'm wearing my favorite sweater. I just had to basically give myself a smoke bath for the past 10 minutes. I'm drowning in essential oils. I had to spend about 15-20 minutes listening to meditative music. I needed a good amount of caffeine, all before I could press record. I've also needed to go see the fancy movie I wanted to see, eat a good breakfast, wait a few days, get a good night's sleep. And all of this might seem bizarre for me to say to you, but from the time I intend to record a video to the time I'm done recording the video, I interpret all of that as part of the message. So the message for you, for me, at this Capricorn New Moon is taking care of yourself. It could be seen as indulgent, the things that I just said, but they're actually nurturing myself and self-care. I also record these videos in reverse chronological order, and I'm a super Cancer, so in the cycle of the year, of course, Cancer is right before Leo, but the way that I'm doing it, it also provides a really interesting insight because it's like walking down stairs. Every previous video illuminates something to the next. Virgo's video, they were not happy with me. I start getting real talk, and my incense hops out of my abalone shell, and my battery dies, and I still haven't even finished uploading the video just because you guys kind of interrupted and was like, self-care, self-care, do it now. So there seems to be this line that needs to be balanced, but for Leos as well as Virgos, of doing the things you need to do to get your tasks accomplished, while keeping in mind that, excuse me, some of the things that you want, you're not entitled to. You want to create things, you want to spend time with people and achieve certain levels of success, and you gotta really care for yourself, not just physically but mentally. You gotta boost yourself up, let yourself know that you deserve it and are capable, and that it's okay to enjoy it. Without thinking that simply because you know that you are worthy of the things that you want doesn't mean you're entitled to it. And I think, particularly when I think about last month, where you guys were absolutely in this devastated place, kind of the reaction towards that is entitlements, like, oh, I felt really terrible, now I have to feel really, really great, like this yo-yoing. And I haven't even pulled any cards. I have no idea what the spread's even going to say. But my advice is to be mindful of extremes, going to extremes. You know, this is winter. It really is about, it's not just about hibernation. I think that's actually not a good way to think about it. It's about conserving energy and time and resources for the next few weeks, months. You know, care for yourself enough to just make it through, not to, yeah. Your target shouldn't be this general sense of feeling good about yourself. It should be a general sense of not feeling worse. With that said, what does Leo need to know at this time to maximize the manifestation potential for the new moon? What does Leo need to know? Cultivation. Cultivation. Listening to music can heal, encourage, and nurture your soul. Your spirituality is an essential part of who you are, and it forms the framework of your world. Music resonates with the human spirit. At the heart of humanity is the song of the soul. Music has the power to unite communities, cultures, and civilization. Listening to music can heal, hearten, and support your soul. Studies have found that musical tones communicate with and have an energetic impact on the cells and organs of the human body. It is believed that cells vibrate and essentially have their own musical annotations. Listening to music can help heal and uplift your energy. You may find that by tuning into uplifting or calming music, you can create a space for greater contemplation and in turn, gain more clarity about what you are creating in your life. It can also bring about a stronger connection to your higher self or to oneness. Music cultivates community and sound fosters communication and greater unity. Cultivation is a continual process that develops, encourages, and nurtures. There is a spiritual connection that forms between the music and the listener. Ganesha is inviting you to incorporate music into your life in a way that will augment your spiritual expansion. Listen to soothing music while you prepare for your day. Move away from the noise of excessive electronics and digital images and back to the more melodic existence. Take time to sit and listen to music. Doing this can shift your energy to a clearer, more receptive state. So I think this does go with what I was just talking about with the goal isn't to overly pamper yourself or to make yourself feel great. The objective is to not make yourself feel worse, to neutralize the badness, and music is really an essential part of that. I'm very particular with what I listen to. I don't like listening to commercials. I don't like watching commercials. I don't like listening to the radio because I do think that sound has a huge influence on your emotional and mental state. I spend a lot of time cultivating playlists because of this reason. I listen to a lot of Kylie Minogue because of this reason, who intentionally makes a lot of music that are joyful and uplifting. It's also really interesting because I'm doing this as I'm preparing to go to a Mariah Carey only music party, dance party at a gay bar that my best friend is hosting, who's a Sag Moon, Mariah's a Aries. So there seems to even be in this a message for me of, you know, taking care of myself isn't necessarily hunkering down and getting all these videos out by tonight or right now. That perhaps the best thing for me, the best thing to neutralize my stress and anxiety and trauma is to get a little bit of work done now, enjoy myself for a little bit, and then finish the work, you know? There's time to pamper myself. There's time to take care of myself. It's not just about processing trauma and work. It's also about appreciating this life without becoming overindulgent, without neglecting yourself in the pursuit of feeling better. Leo, Leo, Leo. Bottom of the deck, Two of Wands. Yeah. So you're planning, conserving, looking towards the future. Bottom of the deck, Three of Swords reversed, the Lovers. Let's just start with that. If I need to go deeper, we'll go deeper. So we already know last month was really about processing something that broke your heart. You were really in an awful position. But this month, it's about moving forward. It's about recommitting to the God within and ready to commit to externalizing that energy, to cultivate a more harmonious environment. One of the cards of Leo is the Sun. And this is a card of Gemini, but it's also a card of Libra to me. So the Sun is a card of Leo, but it's also a card of Libra to me. So there's definitely this idea of harmony, interpersonal fairness. Moving past the hurt in a healthy, productive, energetic way. Right now, people still see you as suffering. Something I want to say, but it's a little heavy. People still see you for the things that you've lost out on, or have tangibly lost. And you hate that. So your focus really is on using this energy to create a better future. The problem is there's a shadiness, a manipulation about the way that you're going about it. Again, remember me starting off with this talk about yo-yoing it. when you yo-yo, and this card also came up in Virgo. No, this card didn't come up in Virgo. The King of Swords reversed. The King of Swords reversed came up in Virgo. So there's definitely this, I don't want to use the word sadistic, but that is the word I used in Virgo, and they didn't like it. And that's, you know, Virgo is not just a continuation of Leo, a different vibration, but a continuation. So is the Queen to the King. So it's like you really have to be mindful that you're on the edge here of going too far in the other direction to kind of mask this pain and this loss. And it's very shady, you know. Princess of Cups. Vulnerability in feelings and desires and dreams. Instead of allowing the hurt to dominate your plans, these are kind of so the way I see Queen of Swords is when it reversed is the water corrupting, making toxic the ideals and integrities. So a manipulative woman, you know, a woman that has this idea of something that she wants and allowing kind of the emotional landscape, using that to her benefit rather than allowing her integrity, her emotional, her ideals to make the emotions healthy and pure. It's the opposite of that. It's the inversion of that. So with Princess of Cups, it's air uplifting water. It's the kind of the Lady of the Lakes bringing forth Excalibur. You know, just because the sword appears doesn't mean that anybody is worthy of taking it, or the one who is worthy of taking it is going to do right by the sword. Where this is, I mean, and there's also literally a woman with the sword. Versus this one is more like the sword got into the wrong hands. It's more like if Morgana got the sword and now is trying to chop Merlin with it. Or whatever. Mixed metaphors a little bit, but either way, neither one of these are your elements, right? So you're trying to use elements that are not your wheelhouse to distract from the fact that you're hurt. It's so weird. This card is like in every single spread. It is crazy. It's a Libra card, especially in this deck. If you watched the Libra video from last cycle, you would have heard me explain how Libra is really leading the guard in grounding the new divine feminine. I also mentioned Libra in this reading already. But this is a negative Libra card. This isn't Libra at its best. This isn't Libra in the Lovers. This isn't Libra in the Sun. This is Libra being superficial, nasty, selfish. And in the Libra spread, it wasn't a very happy spread this month either. It was very much like a do or die situation. Knight of Cups. Yeah. You are vulnerable and in pain, and people see it. And you hate that, so you're trying to yo-yo, spring back better than ever, but you're doing it in a very manipulative, toxic, narcissistic way, where you can use that same kind of chemistry, that same kind of power that you're wielding selfishly into cultivating a new hope for yourself, cultivating a new dream, because you lost a dream. And I want to say terrifying. And it makes you want to you want to have the upper hand at all costs. And based off of the Virgo reading, you're really, really ready to double down on that. But I'm going to tell you no. Look towards the future. Is the narcissistic manipulation that you want to use right now really going to give you what you want in the long term? Or is this just going to soothe the ache in your heart at this time? Let the ache process the pain. Cultivate a more harmonious environment through the little things. Add an extra 20 minutes in the shower if you can. Have that indulgent coffee drink in the morning. Wear your favorite sweater. Listen to your favorite music. Cultivate this nurturing, happy environment. And not just through people applauding you and telling you you're great, but through the little things. The mouse is present, the mouse that looks like a rat. And that also is a call for humility. Humble yourself through mindful care. Knight of Cups. Shorthand for this card is the romantic gesture. So what this is saying is, given the context, is to give the romantic gesture to yourself, because you need it. Cultivate this. I had to change memory cards and I forgot my place in doing so, but I know that my message was complete, so I'm just gonna finish up nicely for you. Don't distract yourself from the pain by pretending it isn't there. Don't distract yourself from your pain by forcing other people and manipulating their free will. Cultivate ways of coping with difficult emotions through activities that are solo. Dancing, listening to music, going to events by yourself. Can you do that, Leo? Can you go to a concert by yourself and genuinely enjoy the experience? Museums, fine dining, luxurious baths. And I don't want to say things that cost money, so even things like reorganizing your closet, so you can make you look better. This is all about grand acts of romance for yourself. So you can look to the future and find peace, find health, find safety, find another chance. There's always another chance. This is my message for you at this time, Libra. Wow, Libra. Interesting. Leo. And with that little mistake, I'm going to add the interpersonal can't fix you right now. Only you can fix you, so you can make better interpersonal choices. Don't get big-headed. Don't get defeatist. Don't be manipulative. Don't be narcissistic. Just care for your well-being. Have a happy new moon, and I'll see you next month, Leo. God bless.